We're going to wait for them to give them they're both on.
Okay. That's good.
We're changing the name from Lincoln's iPad. They both got good backgrounds, though, which is nice. They're not like on an airplane or anything crazy.
Or recruiting somebody's home.
Yeah. Maybe I hope so.
Our 4 o'clock is starting at 4:02.
What'd you shoot today? 78? 30 seconds, 30 seconds. YouTube famous in 30 seconds. All right. Are we good?
Okay, go here.
I think they're probably chit-chatting is the problem, so it's that awkward we cut off the coaches. Okay. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Valero Alamobowl team announcement party and head coaches welcome. Joining our bowl partners and local media today, we have Valero Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer Gary Simmons. We have this year's Valero Alamobowl Chair John Eady, and we have our President and CEO of the Valero Alamobowl, Derek Fox. In-person media on the Q&A portion can raise hands and we'll bring a mic to you. If you're on the Zoom right now, you can also raise the hand feature and we will call on you at the appropriate time. Let's begin with opening remarks from John.
Thanks, Rick, and thank you for being with us as we celebrate the 2 teams that will participate in this year's 33rd Valero Alamobowl. Interest in college football has been at an all-time high, and we're ecstatic to keep it going during this bowl season, thanks to the outstanding programs that we'll introduce to you today. But first, I'd like to acknowledge the success of our community outreach efforts. I'm especially proud of this year's Valero Alamobowl will award the most scholarships in our history as we recognize 182 winners in this year's game representing every San Antonio area high school and university. The support of our title sponsor Valero has enabled us to grow our community impact every year and provide matchups that provide such thrilling games. So please join me in applauding Valero Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer Gary Simmons and the rest of the Valero Energy Corporation for their support.
Well, thank you, John. You know, Valero is honored to have served as a title sponsor of the Valero Alamobowl since 2007. Over the years, Valero's support has helped shape the Alamobowl into a signature holiday tradition that draws thousands of student athletes, families, and fans to our city each year. The Valero Alamobowl has delivered tremendous positive economic impact for San Antonio, and Valero is proud to help drive that success. So we look forward to another memorable and exciting game this year. With that, I'll turn it over to John to talk about the 2 teams competing in this year's game.
Thanks again, Gary, for making us the #1 local scholarship giving among all bowl games. We're happy to announce that USC and TCU have accepted invitations to play in the 2025 Valero Alamo Bowl. The Trojans and Horned Frogs will square off in the Alamo Dome on Tuesday, December 30th at 8 p.m. on ESPN. There's everybody's hat.
Go.
At this time, I'll turn it over to Derek Fox, President and CEO of the Valero Alamo Bowl, to tell us about these programs and to introduce the head coaches.
Well, thank you, John, and thank you, Gary. It's a pleasure to start off by introducing this year's visiting team, USC. The 16th ranked Trojans are making their first appearance in the Valero Alamo Bowl. In Lincoln Riley's 4th year as the head coach, USC finished the regular season with a 9-3 record and 7-2 in Big Ten play. In 2009, Riley called plays as the interim offensive coordinator for Texas Tech in their 41-31 win over Michigan State in the 2009 Valero Alamo Bowl, producing 579 yards of offense. Nice way to start off, Coach.
I asked for an opening statement,
yeah, go ahead.
Coach Riley.
Yeah. So, Coach Riley, I'll turn it over to you for an opening statement.
Thanks, Derek. I really appreciate that. It's great to be here with everybody today. Honor for our team to be able to represent the Big Ten in the Valero Alamo Bowl. It's a game, as you mentioned, that's very near and dear to a lot of us. Some great history through the years, and then over the last few years, seeing all the different matchups, the exciting games. It feels like it's been every single year watching this game. So thankful for this bowl, thankful to Valero, all that you guys do in the community. It's just incredible just to listen right there to the impact that it's making. It'll be great to see my good friend Sonny Dykes on the other sideline. Somebody I've obviously had a long history with, been a great friend. He's a tremendous coach. Obviously his track record speaks for itself, and he's done an awesome job at TCU. So I know it'll be a great matchup. Our team will look forward to preparing and then getting down to San Antonio after the holidays, and looking forward to a great game.
Thanks, Coach. I've got one initial follow-up question before I turn it over to Coach Dykes. You've coached 3 Heisman winners, including Caleb Williams, who holds the Valero Alamo Bowl passing records. You've got a very efficient passer this year with Jaden Mayava. Tell us what makes him so special.
Jaden's done a really nice job leading our team and leading our offense this year. Certainly, one of the most improved players on our roster. Grew a lot throughout the offseason and has done a really nice job here in his 2nd year with us. Just command of the offense, becoming a leader. He's a guy that can make some plays with his legs as well, and has just really improved. And so I've been proud of the mentality that he's brought, the way that he attacks every day, and he's done a tremendous job of running our offense. So lucky to have him, and excited to prepare these upcoming weeks with him and to see him get a chance to play again.
Great. Thanks, Coach Riley. Now I'm going to introduce this year's home team, the TCU Horned Frogs. TCU enters this year's Valero Alamo Bowl after posting wins over number 24 Houston on the road and a 45-23 victory over Cincinnati in the season finale to finish 8-4. The Horned Frogs are led by head coach Sonny Dykes, one of only 4 active coaches to guide 4 different programs to bowl appearances. He's also just one of 6 active head coaches to have coached in the CFP National Championship game. And he's our first son of a coach to walk the sidelines, as his dad, Spike Dykes, led Texas Tech in the 1996 Valero Alamo Bowl. Coach Riley and Coach Dykes, the Valero Alamo Bowl is thrilled to give your teams a full San Antonio Bowl experience in celebration for the upcoming season. So with that, I'm going to have an opening statement from Coach Dykes.
Well, I just want to say thank you to the Valero Alamo Bowl on behalf of TCU. I know our fans are very, very excited about this opportunity to play against USC, one of the great programs in all of college football. We're very excited about the opportunity to go to San Antonio, stay in the state of Texas. It's a fantastic bowl game. I've had an opportunity to coach in it before. I've always felt like it's one of the top bowl games. Just being in San Antonio, I think, is such a great city, and we're just appreciative to Valero for what they have done and the difference that this bowl game will make in the community of San Antonio. We're fired up and excited, looking forward again to playing against SC, who's obviously one of the best programs in college football. Lincoln and I go way back. He's obviously an incredible coach, been remarkably successful, has done an incredible job of developing programs, and should be a heck of a ball game. I know our guys will be excited to play in the game, and I know our fans will be excited to come to San Antonio. So we're looking forward to it, and should be a great day.
All right, now for the media portion. If you're on the Zoom call and have clicked the raise hand portion, we will call your name. Please announce your name and affiliation for your question, and please direct it to one of the coaches. And if you're here at the Alamobowl, please raise your hand. All right, let's try it first. Stephen Johnson, Star Telegram. Do you have a question for either coach? Going once. All right, let's move on. How about Los Angeles Times? Los Angeles Times, question for either of the head coaches?
Yep. This question's for Lincoln. Lincoln, these are obviously two really high-powered offenses in this game. I know you can't always be sure, how much of your roster you're going to have available for this game, but I wonder offensively, especially, are you expecting to have Waymond available? And also, do you know, in terms of Mekhi Lemon and Jacoby Lane, whether they're planning on playing in the bowl?
Yeah, Rod, a little too early to say right now. I mean, Waymond's definitely progressing. As we get a little bit closer, I think we would, collectively make that decision. And yeah, we've got some guys obviously that are looking to make decisions on this bowl, and and if they're turning pro or how all that's going to play out. So I think that'll clarify here, in the next few weeks. But I don't have any announcements as of right now.
Okay, Kenneth Berry, your question.
Good afternoon. This question kind of goes to both coaches. But for as far as recruiting, obviously, Lincoln, you have the #1 overall class. Going into this game, how much do you feel is it an even bigger chance to maybe even flip some names that we haven't heard of, or just add to the recruiting class that you've already gotten to winning this game? And for Coach Dykes, his defensive coordinator, Avalos from the IE, a legend, so he kind of gets a chance to play against USC. So how's your staff kind of warmed up and just prepared for this offense and what they're going to be doing?
Lincoln, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll start off. Yeah, I think anytime you get a chance to play in a big bowl game, national TV against another really good program, it's a great opportunity, to showcase, what your program is about. And so, we'll certainly take that opportunity and do our very best with it. We've obviously, been able to come into Texas and sign some great players over the last few years, so to get an opportunity to play there, which doesn't happen every year for us, is a great opportunity as well. So yeah, I mean, recruiting's gone well, but that's kind of a continual thing that never ends. And whether it's somebody right now or it's guys down the line, a lot of people watch these games, and it's a chance for both programs to really put the best foot forward.
Just to follow up with that, as Lincoln said, I mean, I think, you look at the history of this bowl game, I mean, there's a lot of eyes on this game, always has been. I think it's a great time slot, the day before New Year's Eve, and I believe it's 8 o'clock Central Time. So I would expect the game to be, widely viewed, a lot of eyes on the game, which obviously helps in recruiting. I know you asked specifically about Andy Avalos. Yeah, Andy's done a tremendous job. He's been here now 2 years. This is his second year. We've made huge progress, defensively. He is an incredibly hardworking guy. Defense, I think, has taken on his personality. The guys like to play together. They really like each other. They care about each other. They play hard. I know our players will look forward to having a chance to, again, to compete against one of the best offenses in college football. And so it'll be a big challenge for us defensively, but I know Andy will get the guys ready, and I'm sure they'll play hard.
Derek?
Yeah, Coach Dykes, you touched on it earlier. Why don't you give us a little bit of a background on you and Coach Riley's relationship dating back to what, Texas Tech days maybe?
Yeah. So Lincoln was a player when I was coaching at Texas Tech, and then transitioned to coaching for us, and did an unbelievable job. He was one of those guys that you could tell early on in his career that he was going to be very successful. Really smart, thoughtful guy, that hard worker, kind of always a little more mature beyond his years. So we've known each other a long time. I think I've known Lincoln probably since he was 18 years old. And so we've got a strong friendship and something that goes back a long time. I've been really proud of his career and all the accomplishments that he's had. And it's fun to have a chance to run into him in the off season and spend some time together.
Thank you, Coach Dykes. Media, we have a question from Shotgun Sparling.
Yeah, Shotgun Sparling with USCFootball.com. For both coaches, how important is this game as a springboard heading into the 2026 season?
Go ahead, Sonny.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think especially in today's college football world, I feel like this is almost your first game for the following season in a lot of ways, just because you're gonna, you got a lot of guys transitioning in and out of your program. I think that the bowl practices are critical to get young players in your program an opportunity to develop, get those guys a lot of reps. And obviously it's a chance to get the guys that are coming back a lot of practice and a lot of reps as well. I mean, you almost get an extra spring practice, from some of these bowl games. And so it's important. I think it's really, really important with the development of your players, especially, again, the young ones. And I think you can catch some momentum. I always believe that you play well in the bowl game, it carries over to the off season. And I think that carries over to next season as well.
Yeah, I think Coach Dyke said it well. I mean, it's the way these games have evolved. It does feel like in some ways the end of this year, and in a lot of ways the beginning of the following year as your roster evolves. And yeah, probably the most valuable part of the entire experience, I agree, is the practice time with the guys. It's critical. It's critical, and there's so many guys I think we could point to, I'm sure, in our careers that maybe they didn't have a big impact during the season, on Saturdays, and they developed to that bowl time, maybe went in there and had a good bowl game, and then their career really seemed to take off from there. So, we're looking forward to advantaging the time and the opportunity as much as we can.
Thank you, Coach. Ryan, did you have a follow-up?
I did. Different question, though. Lincoln, I'm just wondering, they mentioned your previous Alamobowl experience, that being one of the first times you got to call plays. What do you remember from that day and that whole experience?
Yeah, it was kind of one of the more probably like emotional games that I've been a part of. Obviously, that was when kind of all the controversy was going on with Mike Leach and Texas Tech, and we were kind of caught there in the middle of it, and so an opportunity arose out of not a very positive situation, and our staff and players that day were able to bind together and take a situation that wasn't very positive and make it a cool memory. I was pretty young at the time, and it was very, very unexpected. It was a tough moment for us all, because I think we all kind of knew that that great thing that had happened at Texas Tech, and obviously from Coach Dykes' dad moving down. Obviously, Coach Dykes was a huge part of that staff through the years, and all the success that had happened at Tech. Like you knew it was kind of over, like that era was over, and it was I think kind of a strange time for us all, but it was a magical night, and it was cool to see everybody come together. And yeah, I think that's one of those nights if you're fortunate enough, like Sonny and I have been, to get some pretty cool opportunities in this business, you have to have some nights like that where, you might look back and say, if this didn't happen, would we have gotten these opportunities? Would we have had a chance to coach at some of these places or experience what we have? And that's definitely, one for me that I still remember like it was yesterday.
Thank you, coaches. Derek?
Yeah, I'll close by saying thank you to both coaches for joining us today in this press conference to help promote what we know will be one of the best bowl games in the bowl season. We know you guys' time is very valuable. You've done a tremendous job with both your programs, and I can guarantee you that San Antonio is the perfect city to host sporting events like the Valero Alamobowl. And coaches, you've got our pledges that we'll make sure that your student athletes, your fans, and everyone will experience San Antonio and the Valero Alamobowl like no other, and make it a tremendous experience for you. So thank you for accepting our bid and for bringing your teams to San Antonio and the Valero Alamobowl.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Look forward to it.
Thanks.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Ben.
We gotta make sure the color's right. We have to block the shadow. Oh, he's gonna have a shadow. Test, 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 test. Test. Ooh, that's okay. That's bright. Right?
Do we need to move them?
Yeah, let's back you up just a hair. Yeah, let's go to the shade. We don't need you squinting. Let's go back there. Okay, much. Okay, we move over. Where you go?
I'm just following you guys.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah, that's good. You look a lot better. Yeah. I'm all hung up in here.
2 seconds. Hold on.
Let me get one more trash can behind you. Yeah. So move that trash can actually a little bit more.
You need to.
Yeah. That's a little far.
Yeah, I know. Mark.
Sorry. I don't want to trash can.
Dude, it's a trash can.
Look at my belly.
There's not raccoons coming out.
Trash can punch or
Trash can.
something? Yeah, that was good.
Yes, I am. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Test 1, 2. We ready?
Perfect.
All right.
How excited were you when you finally found out that finally USC is going to come to the Alamo?
We're truly excited. What a great matchup. USC, their first time here to play TCU, and just a tremendous matchup. Obviously, you heard in the press conferences, two coaches who know each other very well, got a history together. Obviously, it's the 10th anniversary of the comeback on TCU's perspective, so it's going to be an exciting game. Two great quarterbacks to lead their teams, so anticipate another shootout here in the Valero Alamobowl.
What makes this so special at this time of the year, especially for everybody behind the scenes that have done so much work to get to this point?
Well, it's really an honor to be a part of this organization. Valero's been such a tremendous sponsor to lift us up, to have that top selection outside the CFP. So you see every year we've got teams that are in the CFP mix didn't make it, but as you heard today, truly excited to come to San Antonio. We've got such a great destination city, so many great volunteers and sponsors who are supportive of us each and every year, regardless of the matchup. And then the kind of the cherry on top is when you have a matchup like this, excites the local fan base here, and obviously the phones have been ringing since the announcement, which is a good thing to have. And obviously we want to drive, economic impact for our city. Heads and beds from that perspective, and obviously tune on the ESPN for the kickoff at 8 o'clock on the 30th.
Both these coaches even said like a lot of eyes are going to be on this game. We have special this have like comments of its own TV. What's it like to have that? These teams coming here for that?
Well, it is great. It's because of the style of play, obviously very entertaining. Two very good quarterbacks that are juniors from that perspective. So obviously there's another chance for them to come back next year if they want. And exciting brands of football. And because of the relationship is kind of special. Sometimes you get that where the coaches have a relationship with each other. Sometimes they don't. So it just kind of makes the week that much more interesting from that side of it. And again, having SC here for the first time in 33 years is new and exciting from that perspective. So another fan base will have a chance to show San Antonio too and go back to their communities and talk about how great San Antonio is.
Most of these schools that come through the Alamobowl, everybody knows who they are. But when you get somebody of the stature that USC has, does that almost kind of elevate this just a little tiny bit more because of everybody in the country knows who USC is?
Yeah, there's certainly a marquee program from that side of it, and obviously that also helps the fans of both sides. Obviously if you're a TCU fan, you're excited to come to the Valero Alamobowl no matter what. Then they go, oh, hold it, we're playing USC? Wow. So it's a tremendous matchup there. Both fan bases seem to be very excited about it. Both coaches are, which is great. And so it's a great reward for all of us here in San Antonio.
Anything new this year?
No, just watching the CFP show like the rest of us, and then we know we're on the clock. So it's always fun to actually go through that process, make our selection, and then the fun part is reaching out to the two teams and extending the bid and have them accept and see how excited they are to come to our game. So we're looking forward to it.
Perfect. Thank you.
I don't want to say that there are some teams out there who are not accepting. You never take anything as a given.
No, not.
Thank you guys for coming out.
Nope, thank you.
Make sure you get the before you go too.
Good to see you.